No one's been running around looking for you guys.
And Ren looks around at
And
what?
Torin is still just as sick.
I think for a captain, he wouldn't get seasick.
Yeah.
He probably ate something he shouldn't.
Maybe it's after effects of dancing monkey fruit. It just is super delayed.
Oh yeah. Once you get done dancing, you're dancing it out.
Dancing forever.
It loosens some things up.
No Vex, those are pages. You can't paw at them.
He says, "Yes, I can."
All right, Ryan's like, well, that was quite interesting.
I like how touchy she was. Why did she have a hold of me and you at the same time?
I very much enjoyed the pepper drink.
And
You just love spicy stuff. Like everything you eat or drink has to be spicy.
Not everything.
Well, with Torrance sick, I guess we're not moving the ship anywhere, so what should we do for the day?
well, I guess there's no need to see the prince. I guess at least
From
not.
what your new patron says, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I, you know, perhaps we should try to find out as much as we can of what's going on because uh, because this is one contract that I must fulfill.
Yes, I would very much like to know what's going on.
Basically, for the two new guys, in case you didn't know, there's a thing called a soul monger. Grace, correct me if I'm getting this wrong, but I'm going to tell me some of the details of it before she left. Basically, there's a soul monger, and whenever you die, instead of going up or down, you go in its belly.
Yep. So
And that's
basically as of right now, there is no resurrection, no what speak to the dead or um true incarnation or anything that recalls a soul back.
so basically, if we're in a fight and you're about to go down, then let me know because once you die, I can't do shit. Neither can Torin.
That monster.
Okay, but how do you all play into this? It seems like a pretty damn the world kind of situation. How are you going to stop that?
Well, that's what we got to figure out. We started the process in some temples. We bit off a little more than we could chew at the time, and we had to leave and came here.
You are lucky you made it back alive.
One of us didn't. A couple of us almost didn't. Almost didn't.
Um, and yeah, the one that just left was the remaining of the original crew that was supposed to went after the that. Yeah.
Longer. So, we're all the world's got, I guess. Because nobody else is working on this as far as I know.
Now me and the new guy are included in we.
Told you were signing up.
Yes, you did.
Whatever it is we need to do, I will protect my friends.
Good to know, big guy. Also, protect yourself.
So, what kind of leads do we have right now?
There are the I know that from what Arya told me before she left, there was something about the what used to be a floating island. And I'm not sure if they ever finished the Grizz. Real quick, we didn't finish the Tomb of the Nine Gods, did we?
You mean the shrines? Because you haven't
Yeah.
entered the Tomb of the Nine Gods. You haven't finished the shrines, no.
Okay. We can't. We were kind of getting beat up, so we had to leave, right?
I think
Or-
we
You decided
already
to
get-
leave.
Oh no, we had to leave because well, we ended up somehow in the Feywilds.
we left because of that, but we had to leave the last shrine that we went to because we were getting our asses handed to us.
Yeah.
We had to get out of there quick. But did we complete one of the shrines? I know we got the jackalope one. Remember the name of it right now. But the little bunny with antlers. We got that one, and I can't remember if we got another one.
I think we made it to a second one, but that's the one that was kind of whooping up on us.
We'll leave that one for last, maybe. I mean, we got like 7 other temples to go to. We got time. It'll be fine.
So whenever our captain starts feeling better, we definitely should take the ship.
And you do partially own the ship. You sail it?
I'm a businessman, not a sailor.
Things.
Oh, I'm, I mean, I do have the pocket boat, but the one that knows how to actually sail a ship is Torin.
Hopefully our captain will be able to join.
Um, but for the time being,
If nothing else, we can just go trekking through the forest. Jungle.
Something in the forest you wanted. Don't know. Important monkey is to go out and risk, but
If it's along the way, then I can grab some, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it when we have more.
Is there any things that we might need to stake out that might help us gain an advantage versus this soulmonger?
Just for perhaps we should do some research onto perhaps any arcana knowledge, or perhaps any religious connotations that that the soulmonger might be associated with.
Sure. Roll Arcana or into religion.
Oh, got religion. Fucking
Just how my whole weekend's been going.
that's really
13,
smart.
13, 13.
Natural one.
Oof.
Anyone
Yeah.
else?
You're not really good at religion or arcana. You got a +0 to both. So. Buddy, may I help you? No, I've been gone for a week.
What's staring at you?
again, you cut out.
What is staring at you?
You mean?
You, Jasper, in real life.
Oh, my cat. He's laying on me because I was
Ah.
gone for a week, so he's being extra lovey right now.
Aw. One of my family friends' cats, she was grumbling about how she'd been gone for like 2 days. And she comes back and the cat wants to bite her. Instead of being lovey, the cat is pissed off.
As soon as I walked in the house, he started meowing at me and wanted me to love on him. You know, my buddy. Love a boy.
So no one else is rolling. Okay. Yep. No new information, sadly. None of you can think of anything.
How about actually investigation?
Investigation won't bring you any further information. Only religion or arcana.
Do we know if there's a library here?
It's been asked several times. No, there is not a library
Oh,
here.
yes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot.
Okay, so going around and asking people what they might know wouldn't do anything. Got it.
Considering you the people that technically have been hired to figure out what these questions, not so much.
Well, technically, we
They
weren't the
don't-
ones that was hired.
Yes, but the point is they don't know any more than you do. In fact, they might know less than you guys do.
Are there any clergymen that might be knowledgeable about the ruins or the temples?
About the what?
We have.
That might be knowledgeable about what we are trying to figure out.
Are there
We
any
have
temples
knowledge
in
of
town?
the temples of the gods that are there, or the shrines.
No, I think he's asking about like temples in town of like clerics and the sorts that we could be able to
Now
talk
that
to.
now that you can roll an investigation check for.
Okay, so let's roll for.
Okay, that's weird. I saw my cat sitting on top of the book. I closed my eyes for 1 second. Next thing I know, he's gone and he's right behind me in the doorway.
Okay, so
Alright.
that is a 15 on the roll plus 7.
So you find a small, on the outskirts of town, a small temple to the goddess Woos, goddess of waves and water, worshipped in various capacities for various reasons. This depiction of her shows her more as a lizard folk with webbed digits. In fact, there's a lizard folk standing inside, uh, kind of welcoming you to the shrine. Good afternoon. What can I do for you today?
Yes. Well, this may seem a little out of sorts, but we were hoping to speak to someone that might know something about uh, the what is called the Death Monger.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything called that. The lizard person gives you an odd look. That
Um,
sounds like a tribe, and I am not familiar with the tribes in the area.
um, well, from what I actually understand, it is well, someone's eating up the spirits of those that die.
Kind of gives you another look. Do you mean the death curse?
Um, yes, if that's what we're going with.
Many around here believe that they have been forsaken yet again by the gods. Well, how can one blame them? How can one blame the gods, as they once long ago turned their backs on Woos and other such deities in favor of tricksters? He kind of shakes his head sadly. This is nothing more than retribution. Unfortunately, it seems to be spreading away from our island and hitting on those in the mainland. Most unfortunate.
Oh, so what you're saying is that one time it was more localized?
When it started, yes.
Oh, and you can see Run kind of his wheels are turning. What perhaps you could enlighten us into where it may have actually started?
Well, that is why some believe starts with the lost city of Omu, the lost capital of this country, long ago. And this has been slowly building since then.
Hmm.
Since the last of the people fled. There's even some that think if the heir to the last queen can be found and restored on the throne, that all of this would stop. Assuming
And
that she brought back the proper worship and
then
not
Run turns
adhere
to
to the chaos. They assuming that they brought back the proper worship and not decided to side with the trickster gods.
and Run kind of turns to Jasper on the note of the lost heir and kind of quirks an eyebrow.
Reminded me, you're talking about the big scary guy in the forest, jungle, fucking forest.
Can't hear you. You're kind of breaking up there.
Um, run. Are we talking about the big scary guy in the forest?
We're talking about Kyle.
Oh, oh, shit. I haven't seen him in a minute. Run.
And no, he last I heard he was he had some business to attend to after getting the young one back to her parents.
Well, hopefully he didn't stop by while we were gone.
with this?
Kyle. Someone who was traveling with us for a while that we went to the Feywild to help him, and we retrieved his horn.
And what a long one it was. I couldn't resist.
You'd have liked that joke.
Awful. Yeah, buddy.
This Kyle, would he
maybe we
be
should-
in relation to this lost heir?
Well, we kind of swore not to talk too much about it because well, he's not exactly himself yet. Kind of a bit confusing.
We try to find a way to contact him. We would even go about that. I'm not sure because we don't even know where he is.
That you said about a horn?
A unicorn horn of sorts.
I thought maybe you meant a horn that you would blow to.
Not quite.
My mind is in such a gutter right now.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, pal.
Thought I was bad.
Well, excuse me. And what is your name? Talking to the cleric.
Oh, I am Rhyme Scale.
Okay, so the Lost City, that would be the one that was the floating island that I've heard so much about.
No. I don't know what you're... there's no floating island city. The lost city
Oh.
of Omu.
Yes, do you know what area that might be in?
It's somewhere far to the south. It's been several generations since anyone's lived there. Not since, well, the last survivors who managed to escape said it was taken over by a strange, well, dragon-like person, is what they said. And it's enslaving everybody and slaughtering the trickster gods.
And then
That was
Can't-
like maybe as many as 200 years ago. Maybe 100? You gotta get the cleric kind of gets. I'm gonna have to look back at my records. I don't remember exactly. It's been a few hundred years since my ancestors have lived there.
but it's not technically lost. It's just technically lost to you.
Yes, no one here in Port Nazar wants to go back there.
He kind of purses his lips and he kind of rests his chin on his little hand as he thinks. And he kind of pulls out the map and, could you perhaps give us a better?
He looks at your map and says, "You've already got it listed on your map," and gestures right towards it. Why are you asking me? You seem to know a lot more about where it is than I do.
I just wanted to just double checking is all.
He's still giving you an incredibly confused look. But he does go and just kind of taps a clawed digit against, come here, load in map. Come on, load in. Against right here, where you have Omu on the map.
Okay, so I hate when my screen goes to sleep. Okay, so well, it kind of looks like we've. Okay, well, thank you very much, sir. And he just rolls it up and stashes it away.
Kind of nods once again, giving you a strange look.
Well, at least I just, and he gives a deep bow. And thank you for giving us the information that you could tell us about the death curse. And he kind of he pulled out a gold coin to put into the coffer.
Thank you. May Moose's waves bless you. If you're out going out in the sea, hopefully she will keep them calm and push your ship along.
And thank you. And may all the gods smile upon you.
Thank
not
you.
knowing much about the gods as it is, being more in tune with just searching things out. And perhaps he should start.
Oh shit!
Torin!
Hey!
Our captain lives!
Finally!
Yay!
Funny you say that. I almost died today.
Oh no. What happened?
I found some fentanyl in an inmate's bunk,
Oh.
and it was
dude.
powderized, and he decided to hit it and make it airborne, and I legit OD'd on fentanyl today.
Oh, good God. That's a terrible
Holy
day.
cow.
Oh my God. You're lucky. Ugh.
That explains
I'm
why you
still
said,
I'm still under the effects of Narcan right now. Let me tell you what, that
And they get-
stuff gets you energized.
Yeah, they gave you a pretty good bill of health saying the fentanyl's been flushed out of your system, because that stuff can kill you. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So that was my day.
No, there's no to worry. They want to be good guys. Ugh. It's been a day for everybody, I think.
Yeah, well, I think his day takes the cake, even with Run's story.
Yeah, no kidding.
You kind of top all the ones I've heard today.
That happened like as soon as I started shift.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So it was bunk check day, huh?
Well, we're required to to fully shake down inmates, all their property, at least 2 inmates a day. I like to knock mine out first thing in the morning. This was the first time I was in that dorm, so those guys weren't familiar with how I worked and decided not to hide a damn thing. So I found it, the guy panicked, and well, now he's actually going to get an extended stay because with that, he just got charged with attempted murder.
Ooh, dude.
And he's getting sent down to Supermax now.
So
I'm
that's super
surprised he's
stupid
not
for
in
him.
solitary
Jesus.
right now.
Oh no, yeah, he's until he gets transferred out to the different institution, he's sitting down in the hole.
Oh.
Well, fuck around and find out, I guess.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
not only was
Onward.
Torin sick, but Buzz was also sick, so not too far off with that, Grizz.
Yeah, well, Torad's sick with some sort of stomach ailment. He's just been thrown up. He hasn't been poisoned.
What did you guys do to me?
Nothing. It was just an excuse to have you be isolated from everyone else while they, got sent to an interdimensional portal into an interdimensional tavern for a day.
Remember the thing that you didn't want us to do the thing, but we did the thing?
I leave for one time. This
Yeah,
is why we
sorry,
can't have
you-
nice things.
Sorry, you are the group dad.
And also,
I'm
you're
so sorry, Torin.
you're almost took a pact with a trickster god and became a warlock. So, but after that,
Yeah, well, one of them did take a pact. It was nearly two of them. They're not the same
the hard
tricksters
Grizz. You wanted me to
we're
take
talking
it.
about.
Oh, she was working hard on you.
I don't even think that it was the character. That was all Grizz. Trying to get me to take that shit. I know it.
That character's my fourth wall breaker, so it's really hard to tell if it was me or her.
It was you. I'm calling it now. It was you. I know.
I don't think she had to push too hard because she knew that Run would go with it.
Yeah.
If I hadn't rolled low 3 times, I would have taken it. But the only reason I was rolling was because I wanted to take it. Jasper wasn't sure. I'm glad I didn't now because 2 wild magic sorcerers, or not sorcerers, wild magic warlocks are not going to be good for this group.
There was 2 wild magic warlocks in this group. I'm sorry. Y'all have fun. I'm going solo the rest of this adventure. I will write you letters.
There is a question I gotta ask though, Grizz. Does that only affect my warlock magic or both magics?
Only the warlock magic will get affected by it.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, because of the deal, the type of god he made a deal with for warlock magic, he now gets to roll on the wild magic table every time he casts a warlock spell.
Let's take a walk on the wild side.
Because she likes to have things happen unpredictably. She loves it. It's her favorite thing.
Really hope you turn into a potted plant. I want you to turn into a potted plant so bad.
Run. I am now going to have to ask you to stay at least 200 feet away from me at all times.
You're worried about the fireball, aren't you?
Yes. And if we ever have to go into an enclosed building, you are staying outside.
Now, do you really honestly think you're going to keep Run out?
No, Torin should stay outside while Run goes in.
Hey, one good hit with my hammer will knock your ass out. You can't do anything if you're sleeping.
Out it.
Anyway, so after your exciting trip to the temple, you come back, and Torin is finally stumbling out of his quarters, no longer throwing up, and he gets to see the group of you coming back on ship.
Well, Captain, my captain is good to see you not burning the poop chute anymore.
I don't even want to know where or what you guys did. Just tell me, is there any laws you broke I have to be worried about?
No. Well,
Okay.
maybe laws of physics. Anyway,
There's just no laws.
I did have. We were out. Investigating. Doing some research, and I think we need to go to.
Okay, hold up. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Run. Was there an adult with you at all times?
He points up to Jasper.
Okay, I'm gonna ask again.
Throw
Was
my
there an
hands up
adult
like,
with you
what am I?
at all times?
Everyone has been with me. I have not done a thing. No.
Bought some stuff. We went shopping. We went shopping.
Oh, what did you buy this time?
I pull out a broom, a flying.
Fancy new bow.
I got a new I've had some enchantments done to my sword and my crossbow.
My halberd has become shiny.
And the broom of flying off, really fancy looking seat on it. Silence.
So,
Let me pick up.
what you're telling me is everyone bought something that, actually, pretty useful. Other than the one I expected to buy something. Or the one I expected least to buy something that wasn't completely useful. A broom? Really?
It's kind of the equivalent of the kids
You have
taking their parents' credit card and then buying school clothes and school books and stuff. For the most part.
Then there's the one kid that just buys nothing but coloring books.
Broom isn't just for me, thank you. It is for everyone. It can be useful for others. I can already fly, so it's not really the most useful for me. But if I need to cast spells and be up in the air, then I can do that.
Or we can use it if we were to come across the floating island.
That too.
Alright, look, dude, I've already been to another plane of existence. We come across a floating island. That's my retirement point.
So we're allowed to have a death curse, a giant feathered T-Rex in a forest, Medusas, demon monkeys, demon weasels, all sorts of things, but a floating island's where you draw the line, really.
In my defense, I was only there for the plane of existence.
Technically, the floating isle is actually on this plane of existence, and from my research, the floating island is currently not floating.
So it's an island.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere in the jungles, somewhere in the mountains. But anyways, we, before Arya left, I did make a small promise to her. I hope you don't mind, Captain, but there is the death curse to deal with.
Oh, you mean the main thing we've been trying to do?
Yeah,
We know.
We've been
So-
trying to do it, but someone, not mentioning any names, keeps signing us up for some side stuff.
hey, we need the resources to be able to get done what we need to get done, do we not? Now, if you recall, we do now have a ship. We do now have money to buy things to probably upgrade our equipment. Yes?
Don't forget that you have 2 boats now because of him. One's
Well,
to run.
technically, he has one boat. I have the other.
Oh, yeah. Also got him fancy sails.
You guys at least treat the 2 new guys nicely.
Well,
They got stuff.
Been very kind to me.
Okay, there's the
Welcome,
answer
new
I was
toys.
looking
They've
for.
been nice.
Bribing them doesn't count as nice, Jasper.
It's not a bribe.
It's not a
Well,
bribe. It's a
can't say that we've been the. Can't say
It's
that
a-
I've been the nicest because I did give them some of that fruit that I gave you that made you dance.
we call it quid pro quo. Thank you. Oh, anyways, so we were out doing some research, and it looks like the whole thing started with the lost city of Omu.
Isn't that where I ran into this group at?
Yes, it is. It is where you were drawn to in the first place.
And then,
But what we are looking for, or looking to do, will definitely be there. Now we just have to go back to these temples or shrines and get these cubes that we're looking for.
Thank you for the follow.
you're welcome.
Sorry, I was saying that to the stream. My bad.
Someone on the stream started following. Thank you.
I need a person.
So perhaps we should
Oh.
well, prepare ship. Actually, well, I don't even know if we can take this ship down to Omu, can we?
We can probably at least sail to somewhere close. Cut out some travel time.
Okay, and he pulls out his map again.
Hold up. First things first. We still have an open officer spot. So, new guys, for the life of me, I'm having trouble remembering names.
Dovit.
Dovit.
Don.
What was it?
Erdan.
Okay. Alright. You two. Stay out here for now.
Okay.
The rest of us officers, hey, let's all go into the galley. Let's have us a little meeting.
To run. The bed's already being bossy.
I heard that.
Good, take your time.
Well, they're trying to hide it from you, bossy. Alright, let's go.
Oh, actually, I forgot we have 2 open spots.
What are the open spots?
First mate and cook.
Ardon's going to take over the cooking part, so that one's done.
Erdon's going to take over the cooking. Okay. Now, let's talk about our first mate position.
I volunteer run.
Why would you put that magic on me?
I don't. This is one time I would maybe Erdogan.
I thought Erdon was going to take over for the cook.
Or oh yeah, Novit. Maybe you know the yeah you don't want me to be first mate. Trust me.
Why is that, Run?
The fact that he's 12 years old.
That and Well, also, do you really want me to be second in command?
Well, here's the
I think
thing about being second in command. Here's the thing about being in any command. The higher up you are, the less freedom you actually have, because there's a whole lot of stuff you have to be responsible, and a whole big example that you have to set for the guys under you.
And yeah, just that.
Which, a lot of times, a position like that is what helps people who are learning in this world learn quite a bit faster and sets them up for success.
like people. I don't want to order them around.
Hey, all I'm saying is right now, we have 2 nominations. I'm not going to nominate anyone because we're going to do. Okay, we have 2
We already give
nominations.
David a job, though.
Do what?
We already give David a job, though.
We kind of set them both as like apprentice under Aria and then one under Run to do some learning until I figure this out. But now we're kind of in a pinch and need to assign people. So we have 2 nominations. Let's start going over why you guys think they'd be a good fit. Pros and cons. Pitch your ideas to me.
Well, here's a question. Which one of you know navigation?
Well, I have proficiency with navigator tools. If you're asking them, they're not in the room right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just me, you, and Jasper right now.
Well, to be quite honest, I believe that they both have a very level head on their shoulders.
So, I see where you're going here, but right now, Ron, I just want you to pitch me for your nominee. Because you're one of the nominees. Tell me why you think the guy you pick, why you think Erdon would make a good fit
Because
for either spot. Because what?
It's not
because
you.
he's not me.
No, you can't just use that.
Why not?
You
want
gotta,
me to be first?
you gotta sell it to me. You gotta sell me that idea.
I just made a pact with a chaos switch.
Lauren,
What? He's going to learn
do you
sooner or
want me
later.
to be first mate?
That would actually be
I
the
want
best
to hear
thing.
why you guys think who you nominate is going to make a first mate first before I make a decision.
Do you want me to be first mate? Yes or no?
You guys have spent more time. So right now, the main one I'm worried about is Erdon, since he was nominated. You guys have spent more time with him than I have. So this is my chance to learn
A lot
from you guys.
of words. I'm looking for one particular word, and it's a yes or
What
no.
I'm saying is I'm not answering right now.
Run's just sitting back in a chair, kind of stroking his chin with a mischievous grin.
He's your nominee, Run.
Hey,
Pitch him to me.
Hey, I was just nominating guys. He's not me. Although, actually, Jasper would be the better pick for first mate. She has been with us the longest. And she does hold the party fund mostly. We know for sure that she's responsible.
That's debatable.
That is very debatable.
Hey, you fuck off.
No comment.
I mean, as because we really haven't spent that much time with the newbies.
But you
However-
guys have spent more time with them than I have. So I want to hear some of their qualities that you guys have seen out of them.
However, I would have to say that the one seems to be quite handy with the spices
With the what?
for a cook
Oh,
for the galley. And one he actually seems more like he would be more like a Helms.
okay. So which one are you talking about right now?
Actually, I'm kind of confused myself at this
Yeah,
point.
you just confused the shit out of me.
And scene.
Because you were talking about cooking at first. Next thing I know, he'd be good fit for the helm. Wait, what?
Well, we are talking about the two new guys. One
Right.
being for the galley, and the
Okay.
other one being for the helm.
Okay, so I didn't hear the split there. I thought you were talking about one guy for
Okay.
cooking and helm. That's where I got confused.
Okay. No, I did differentiate between
Okay.
them. I said, and the other one seems to be more adept for the helm.
Okay, I didn't hear the other one part.
Okay, so I must have broke up then.
I didn't either. I think you cut out.
So that's where I think, what the hell does cooking have to do with the helm? If that's the case, then I'm screwed. You hush up over there.
Bite me.
Promises.
He beat me to it.
Well, so Jasper, first mate. I will retain my title as bosun.
And we have Don for still.
You what?
I don't want to. Okay.
Hold up. I haven't
It
made a
was
decision
leading to
yet.
that.
So we heard
I kind
Ron's
of knew it was
thoughts.
already leading to that, but I was trying to avoid it and maybe put Run in that position, but
Hold
I
up.
tried to dodge a bullet.
Hold up. We've heard Ron's thoughts. Now, Jasper, what's your thoughts?
I kind of just had the same thought of Ron of, it's not me. And he does,
Jesus.
so it would make sense that he would have some sort of control over it. You make the most sense as a captain. He would make the most sense to me as the first mate. Although I know it's a terrible position to put Ron in. It does require some.
Well, you also got to remember, as first mate, he technically is on a short leash because, well, me, or the captain. All right, now, so what's your thoughts about the other two on what spots would be a good fit for them? Or some of their qualities that you've noticed?
I think part of Erdon's duty should be cooking. He's the best suited for it. As far as the hunting and trapping goes, he could get some decent food while we're out. but I'm not really sure who to recommend for helm. Probably Dovit.
Well, there actually isn't
That was
a
the one we couldn't at the time.
helm spot. It's a if Run becomes first mate, then there's a bosun spot open, which is essentially the like a mechanic for the ship. And if you become first mate, then the quartermaster spot is open.
I do both.
And as see, and as if I was to be first mate, I, I wouldn't have time to be able to do the upgrades that we need.
That's true. Ones that you usually cause.
Again, you know what the great thing about being first mate is? You have the captain that can just be like, hey, I got this, go do what you need to.
Why do I have the feeling that the captain wants me on a short leash?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just pointing because so with that position there is you're on a short leash because you have the top guy looking at what you're doing at all times, worried about what you're doing at all times.
Well, you're going to worry about what Run's going to be doing anyway, so
I'm talking overall, not specifically. But at the same time, at being first mate, that captain's got to trust you quite a bit because there will be times where you will have freedom to be like, hey, I need to go get this done. Cool, go get it done. It's kind of like you're on a short leash, but at the same time, you're not. Because there's only one guy you report to.
Out of character, Run is definitely the kind that would try to dodge and weave away from being given such a title.
Doesn't want to take responsibility for anything?
Fucking same.
What's that?
Fucking same. Jasper, at least.
But with Run's philosophy, there is wisdom in chaos. Yes, he does create a lot of havoc, but out of that havoc, we have been able to manage to wrangle a ship.
Okay, so
we have money.
It's funny you say it like that because have you ever seen a ship like this, like actually being outside of movies, actually being ran? Because I've been on what's called Old Ironsides there in in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a actual still in service ship with the U.S. Navy, ship just like this. Dude, the way that is ran, it is like controlled chaos. So it's funny you say that. I'm sorry, I just had to point that out.
People there need adaptability.
He's perfect.
And
the way that it's looking, though, it makes the most sense for Jasper to take it just because Run does need to keep his bosun. Words failing me right now. He just needs to stay bosun because, I mean, he's really the only one qualified out of all of us to make repairs and do things like that, so we can't really have him out of that spot. It's like we can't really have you out of the spot of captain because you're the only one actually qualified to sail this bitch.
I'm also the only one that can be attuned to the new sails we got.
Very true. So, yep. This is what we're doing. Where are we putting the other? Can you hear my enthusiasm?
Alright, go one of y'all go get the other two.
I'll just stick my head out the door and just scream, "Hey, you two! Come here!"
Yep.
Finish those, eat them. Show you much of them. What? I've eaten like 20 of the bitches, I can't. Do it.
I am here.
Okay.
So, with you guys being part of the main party, obviously we're going to put you guys in officer positions. Granted, you're still relatively new. Yeah. My mind's starting to fail me now. Fucking fentanyl.
Starting to come down off the high, huh?
Well, dude, that Narcan's had me jacked all day.
That was a interesting noise you just made. I think your voice could go that high.
Alright, so we do have 2 open spots. We're kind of in the dilemma here. Because it seems like these 2 can't get on the same page. I want you guys, starting with, you know what? We'll go with David. Starting with David.
Yes.
Pitch to me why you think you'd be a good fit on this ship. How you can contribute.
I have the ability to take a lot of damage. In fights, I have the strength to do manual labor around the ship. And I will give everything that I have to protect everyone in any situation.
Okay. I like it. But you were talking more combat wise. I'm talking about what like help run the ship.
Well, I had said that I have the strength to do manual labor whenever needed. I have the ability to spot things that might be of interest.
Do you have any leadership experience?
I was a part of the army of my clan before I left.
Were you in a leadership position?
I was. I led a small battalion into battle, and they all came back alive.
Okay, what other like you have any other possible useful skills for like a ship like carpentry or cooking or navigation or like something?
I have some navigation skills. I manned a solo ship from my homeland to this island. I have the basics of cooking and what I learned from my little friend's gnome clan out when I arrived. So I have some knowledge of local ingredients.
Right, so you're familiar with gnomes?
Yes, when I arrived here, I was taken in by a clan of gnomes, and I learned their culture and their language.
And you're letting this little guy over here run around create chaos?
Yeah, and you know from that Dovit that Run is basically a teenager, the equivalent thereof in gnomish culture.
Yes.
Torin, let's be fair to the poor guy. Who's really going to control Run? I tried. You sent me out to be his babysitter, and I failed. We got us signed up for a fucking mission to go get a.
Yeah, we had to go find a robot. And I ended up getting kicked out of a store.
Yeah,
That was your fault.
yeah. To be honest, that was on you.
Well, if you would have never signed us up for that, I would have never been in that situation.
Debatable.
Shh. You're about to get grounded next.
Go fight me, ho!
To be fair, the descendants of chromatic dragons do have a tendency to have a higher, well, for some, a lower threshold of temperament. Dear God, did I just break the game?
Well, your character just did something very racist, so.
Just saying. So
Hey,
you did cool there, nice thing and whatnot, but I'm metallic.
As am I.
So that had nothing to do with me.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a bronze, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I am
Oh.
and I am copper.
Yeah, I remember that you're copper. I don't know why I was thinking he was a blue dragonborn.
Probably the lightning. But
Yeah.
no.
That's blue. I didn't think blue did lightning.
Yeah, blue
Yeah.
does lightning. White does,
White does ice.
ice.
Oh, that's right.
Of course, red is red.
You red is fire?
Exactly.
Red is red.
Red is red.
I didn't want to be the one to point that out.
I mean,
my God.
isn't that
Hey.
wrong?
My mind has been fried all day.
And then I think black is black.
Black is acid.
Yeah,
Acid,
black.
and then green is poison, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, is that a poisonous gas or a poisonous spray? I've always wondered that.
Right.
It's a spray.
Okay.
That one I remember because I used to play that one once upon a time. But yeah, good try with the racist comment, but doesn't apply to me.
Still angry though.
It's kind of like someone using an ethnic slur, meaning somebody of Latino or Hispanic descent, when they're actually talking to somebody who's Middle Eastern.
Well, we must
Because
actually.
Because
We do
you've
have-
seen people who've done that because they look at the at the look and they think it's the same thing and like, oh god.
Yeah.
Well, we do have to realize that Ron is more intellectual than he is wise.
Okay.
Thus why he does what he does.
Okay.
Outside of causing mayhem, that is.
You do what you do because you're not even old enough to know the difference yet.
Well, that's besides the point.
Like, ever since I learned that a few sessions ago, it's been a whole game changer for me.
And now you understand where the chaos comes from.
It's not that I understand, it's just now it's doors wide open for any comment for me. Yeah, I'll have fun with this.
All right,
Okay.
Sorry, Boomer.
Oh! Ow!
All right, both you two, go to your room now. No dinner for you.
Is out of character run the oldest person in our group? Out of character?
I think so.
But he's playing, of course, the youngest and maturity-wise character in the group.
You told me to go to my room. I go to the captain's quarters. Put my feet on his desk.
Who still might actually be the oldest member of the group because everyone else, I think, ages fast. Dragonborn are adults technically a year or two faster than humans are.
Yeah, dude, they can start like full on walking within minutes of hatching.
Yeah, and then
Genasi are about the same as humans.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There's an elven person in the group. Wait, full elf or half elf?
Well,
Full elf. So okay, so you're probably the oldest one in the group then.
How old are you?
An adult elf would have to be about like close to 100.
yeah,
So that would make
think
you
he's like-
oldest.
put it down.
Yeah, how old I am.
he would have been like
I'm not making
111.
God damn, you old fuck.
Yeah.
How old?
I want to talk. Being creaky.
I mean, 111
Hey,
for an
that's
elf
just
is
because the army's like
Late
messed
30s.
up my body. I don't even remember if I even set an age on this guy. Nope. I forget how old I made him. Alright. Erda, now that we're done being sidetracked. This is what you guys have to look forward to, by the way. Erdan, same question. What you got for me?
I can cook. I butcher. I can cure meats. Pretty much anything that needs to be done. I don't really sleep much. Actually, I don't sleep at all. I just 2 hours a night of meditation, and I'm good to go. So
And
Okay. Do you do
What I've
that?
noticed
I just
is
gotta
that-
ask. Do you do that meditation with your eyes open or closed?
it's rude.
closed. Why?
Okay, because if you're going to say you meditate with your eyes open, then you need to be on the opposite side of the camp as me when we're on land, because it's just going to be weird if you're meditating and just staring at me the whole time.
I mean, you've already had a couple members of the crew stare at your knob. So.
We're not going to talk about that.
So honestly, he could probably take over my position in the crow's nest since he'll be pretty perceptive from what I've noticed, and he can stay up there for longer periods of time without having to rest.
With the eyes of an eagle and wings of a squirrel.
Oh, okay.
Being honest here.
Oh, God, I see it now. We're going to be getting shot by a ship, and I'm like, hey, where'd this come from? Sorry, I was watching the seagulls.
I'll be one of the seagulls. All right.
Y'all ain't giving me much to work with. Give me some of your background. Like, what'd you do before here? Please don't say hunt.
Don literally grew up in the woods. He's been to towns and around people very little in his younger life. And kind of just trying to get out and see the world, honestly, like just adventure. He doesn't have any real doesn't have any military training or leadership training or any of that. He's literally a loner. I'm not
Alright.
giving you a lot to work with, but that's what he is.
All right. Well, I think it's like a given choice. You're going to be the cook because damn near, which would probably be perfect for you. Because damn near every cook I've seen on the ship that I've been around, you walk foot in their galley and it's not chow time. They tell you to get the fuck out because they want to be alone. So someone's about to be Gordon Ramsay up in here. That comment was out of character.
That's
Obviously.
awesome.
Your donkey.
Nah, I just need to figure out what to do with those.
Oh no. We just figured out that fucking Rachel brought her Roku remote all the way from Tennessee. And she doesn't have the Roku.
What?
My friend Rachel that moved in with us, we just found out that she had the
So
Roku.
you brought the thing that could be replaced, but you forgot the most important part.
Roku's not actually hers, it's her dad's, and so that's why she left it down there, but she took the remote.
Oh man.
As long as he's got a cell phone, it could be. All you gotta do is just get the app.
There you go. Alright, so what to do with Dovit? I mean, if nothing else, if someone's firing at us, we can just fire him out of a cannon and he can fuck up the ship.
We are not going to see at these.
Come on, you know you wanna.
And then you see Run starting to
Run! No!
My best friend's
No.
playing that game all the time now. She's always looking for people to play with her, to play on back on my server if you wanna join.
Dovit, how well do you think you can do with keeping a stock of supplies and keeping an inventory of what we got?
I think I can do that pretty well.
Do you have any? Do you have issues with spending money? Like, do you spend money like quite a bit, or are you pretty good at saving it?
I only spend what I need to.
Fucking perfect.
And it wouldn't matter anyway because I have control of the funds, so if he wants to buy something stupid...
The quartermaster controls the funds.
The first mate doesn't and has to spend a lot of time with the captain.
Take it.
Now she's sold on it.
That's all you had to say. I mean, shit. All this, so much responsibility, have to do this, have to do that. Fuck.
Oh, you'll eat a lot of responsibility.
That pisses me off. I'll just come get the ball.
So I take it Run is just the BDSM cabinet, huh?
That's his official title now.
Right?
Any other title?
Run is about to experience what a shark cage is like.
Hey, this is all out of character, okay? Run's contemplating on a weapon design. As the bosun, he does have to maintain the ship.
And be quartermaster.
And right now, I think, what do we have for weaponry on the ship? We got a harpoon gun, and
that's actually a ballista, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, the ballista is in the middle. There's a harpoon gun on the bow.
That doesn't look like a harpoon.
This to me.
A harpoon's not usually set up to look like a crossbow.
Well, okay,
Because that looks like the ballista. What that's in the middle almost looks like a trebuchet.
Either fucking way.
Yeah.
You have a thing that fires. What else we got? Do we have any cannons?
And if that's an
whatsoever?
actual trebuchet, then I know Ron is small enough to fit in that thing, and I will launch him out of it.
So I can't launch Dovin, but you can launch Run. Hypocrisy.
I'm not launching Run at a ship.
No, hypocrisy.
And we launch Dovit, we lose a member. We launch Run,
You lose a member.
Hey,
but we no longer have to deal with mischief.
He wants to revise the rules of the game Toss the Gnome.
But we also lose a bag of holding with most of our shit in it.
Yeah, I'm going to play Angry Birds with a gnome.
Yeah, oddly enough, that sounds like fun.
Actually, it probably would be. Especially with Run.
And here's the challenge. Jasper, you got a wild shape, try to catch him before he hits the water.
I mean, if we want to spend a session doing this, I'm
Oh,
not
God.
saying I'm opposed, but I'm not going to say I'm for it.
Until the one time you miss a roll and he just goes flying into the water as we're sailing.
Well, that's why we have a cleric and a druid who can heal.
Healing's not the hard part. The hard part is finding a way to get him back on the ship.
I can turn into a giant turtle, bro. The fuck you mean?
Out of all the aquatic species, you choose a giant turtle.
Why not?
Hey, I do have a familiar that turns into a big ass owl, so.
And excuse me, giant turtles can move like 80 feet in the water, so I'm fast as a turtle.
Alright, Crush.
Oh, I'm for it, you bitch.
Anywho.
Alright, congratulations, Zovit. You are now quartermaster. Jasper, go ahead and hand him over to party funds.
So you get 2,572 gold pieces.
I would make sure to label
I'm typing
that
it.
separately so you know it's not a part of your personal funds.
Yeah. I basically have it in my inventory just typed out like pouch of 2,000 whatever gold pieces so I can keep it separate. I'm keeping the diamond dust though because that I might need for some greater restorations when I finally get to
Oh my god, Ron, what are you doing?
Hiding an evil grin.
I hate seeing checks from Ron.
I think you would have to roll an insight to be able to tell if he's up to anything.
See, where he messed up is he already
You
said
can.
it.
Yes, out of character, I said it.
Boom. No metagaming.
Here, come on. Help me out, Dice. I didn't figure out shit. You're a one-off.
I'm not even going to bother. I don't care.
You should have a pretty high wisdom, maybe.
I
Hey,
do.
if you've never noticed, Run always have a mischievous grin.
Want to roll? It's not. I'm not actually going to count it because Jasper doesn't really care. But I just want to roll to see what I get. 19.
You would have figured it out.
Oh well. Bad.
All right, so Jasper, process of elimination. Guess what you are?
Yay! I'm so enthused.
I'm so
Congratulations.
excited.
Out of character, I have literally settled that with a coin flip.
Thanks.
No one was giving me anything to work with.
Of course, since it's against me, you have to. When
Hey.
he dies, all of it will
If
burn.
it makes you feel any better, the other choice was run.
Now, between the two of us, who would really want to spend more time with the captain?
I mean, fair. Maybe that.
Because the way it works is the captain gives the first mate instructions. First mate disseminates the instructions to the rest of the main crew. And then the main crew disseminates to the ones that are under them.
So essentially, what Ron is saying for Erdon and Dovit, how it stands, Jasper only reports to one person. That would be me. You guys will take commands from both me and her, with her commands
Let's
being
just be clear
on
about
my
this.
behalf.
While we are on the ship, while we are off the ship, I don't take orders from you.
Technically, Shore Party still follows under it.
And
Shore Party is still part of the crew.
Run leans over to Dovit, except for in the bedroom.
You wouldn't know about that, Run.
Are you sure?
Big demon weasel.
Alright, where's my salt? I'm gonna start salting all the around my whole room. Keep that thing out of there.
Unfortunately, salt does not work on D&D demons.
Oh.
God damn it, Supernatural, you failed me.
And not just supernatural. That's a common way of deterring demons in a lot of places, but it doesn't work in D&D.
It's better for me just to blame Supernatural.
Don't you blame my beautiful boys for that.
Yeah, never blame the Winchesters for anything.
I blame them for a lot.
Perfect in every way. Jealous.
I don't know if you really want to go with perfect.
We do have to say that the majority of the messes that they end up cleaning up, they're the run amok of Supernatural. Okay.
I mean, that's fair, but they clean them up. Eventually, they find a way.
Debatable. Sometimes it's not really them cleaning it up. Castiel has had to save them quite a bit.
Yeah. Even without his angel powers.
Along with Bobby.
But they've also had to clean up his shit, Leviathans.
Oh, to be fair, he was fresh out of the out of heaven, you know.
I mean, fair.
He hadn't had the crash course of being a human yet.
All right. Back on topic.
Exactly.
I love this group so much.
All right, so Erdon, Dovin, you guys understand your duties?
Fucking crow's nest, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to go over next. Yeah, you can also take the crow's nest and help with scouting up there. Dovit, when you're not doing your quartermaster supply stuff, we could use you as extra muscle around the ship. Ron, don't corrupt them.
Who, me? And then you see the weasel kind of stick his head up out of from around his neck, just looking around.
Thought you were going to say we see the horns pop from his forehead.
Also, make sure you go get your homework done.
Yep. Because As soon as we can, I would like to head out for Omu.
Off to see the T-Rex.
All right. Well, while we have everyone here, and we're talking about Omu now to the next order of business. What the hell is our game plan?
Well, I do have a inside source, some information that I found out that the Death Monger, I did make a promise to Arya before she left that we would take care of this. But while doing research, I have found out that this is just the tip of the iceberg, and this is something that, well, not many people know about, but this actually does not bode well for the world at all, on many different planes.
All right. We need to work on your communication skills.
Basically, it started out isolated, and then it spread, and now it's spreading to. It can spread to other planes, other lands. It can entirely take over the world, basically.
Okay, that's better.
There you go.
That's what I just said.
You need to learn to get to the point faster. All right. So, what intel do we have on this dude?
Well, as far as on the person itself, we don't really have any. But what we do know is it all did start from the about 100 to 200 years ago in the capital of Omu, and at that time it was localized. But as we've seen lately, it has spread to the mainland and to many outliers. And it also seems to be affecting the gods.
So, Omu is our only lead right now.
That is correct.
Okay. Do you have any intel on Omu other than what we already know?
I would assume that Run had been to or would have knowledge of Omu.
We've been there because that's where I
You
met you
guys were
guys.
there. That's where you guys met Torin.
Well, I mean, as far as like actual base knowledge of Omu itself.
Pretty much what you were told today and what you've already seen.
Okay, so he wouldn't know anything about the history of Omu?
I think other than
You
the
were
history.
told some history today.
Pretty much what I'm hearing is if you didn't write it down, you're kind of out of luck.
I still have the copy of the thing that
You-
Gris
you-
sent me about the gods.
You may also roll an intelligence check and I can refresh your knowledge.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if there would be any extra information on top of that.
Nope, that's the information I gave you.
Okay. Anyways, with an intelligence check or a history check, you said he would have had a
It's an intelligence check.
Okay. Just a straight up intelligence check, that would be a 15.
Alright. You seem to recall something about how maybe somewhere around 200 years ago, maybe 300, some couple hundred years ago, before the fall of the Empire, that the people abandoned the goddess Woos in favor of these new trickster gods. And then, right as the kingdom was falling, some dragony dude came in and killed and enslaved a bunch of people and slaughtered these trickster gods. And that's about all that anyone that still is alive knows about.
And this is what I tell Torin.
Okay. So we have no clue what we're looking for.
Well, if I can just make a speculation, a dragony dude, I would say, would be a dragonborn, possibly lizard folk, mutated. I don't know.
Considering that lizard folk are one of the main populations alongside humans, it's unlikely that they would be referred to as a strange lizard folk as a dragony dude. They would have referred to them as a mutated lizard folk.
Okay, I'm making sure I heard that right.
Yeah.
Because when you first said it, I was like, did he really just say a dragony dude?
Yep, that's what the lizard folk cleric told you.
Word for word. I want to go ahead and post the odd information that you had sent me. I posted it before, but like you'll just say in character, I'm recounting this to Dovit and Erdan so they can get caught up on at least that part of the god story. And each of these gods has a shrine that we have to go in and do some shit and get a cube.
Okay, that's the information I was wanting. What
There
we
you
need
go.
to do at Omu.
Just get the cubes, and after that, I'm not entirely sure. Probably go somewhere else in Umu and use them for something, but I don't know.
Alright, do we have a map of Omu?
Well, I do have a map of how to get to Omu.
Character handout. Boom.
Okay, for starters, let's bring out the map I know we have of shoot. Yeah, how to get to Omu, aka world map.
All right, and
So we can figure out our route to get there.
so Omu is by the Peaks of Flame. We could possibly take the boat around the western side and dock in Shilku Bay and traverse that way.
You go up and then through the Valley of Lost Honor, back to the jungle into Omu.
Mm-hmm. Or we
Hey,
can come
you
straight
excited.
down, come down the river. It looks like
the ship. I don't think is too big to go down the river.
Yeah, you guys have already discussed that before at some point and realized that the ship just won't make river transport.
and thus why Run decided that we needed the folding boat.
Right, but it looks like even if we try to go down river, we're going to have a longer travel on foot that way, and going down the river will probably take longer also.
Yeah, that's why I say we could. That's the reason I made the West Coast travel the first option.
Yeah, that's the same exact option I was looking at. I was going up into that bay, then across the valley through Omu. Or into Omu.
And during this whole time, y'all have also noticed Run kind of fumbling at a pocket. Just mindlessly.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, just mindlessly fumbling out of pocket.
I was gonna ask if I could make a perception check to tell what he was.
Go for it.
I don't like that laugh.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Hey. Bill 19.
You think it might be a small bean-shaped object in there?
Son of a. I feel in my pockets.
And no, it's not Run himself.
Nothing has changed about your inventory.
Okay. One.
Mm.
Make me a promise.
Yeah?
Don't plant that.
What? Oh. And he pulls the bean out of his pocket. Truthfully, I don't even know how it got there.
I have an idea. Don't plant that.
And he kind of just shrugs and puts it back into his pocket.
Okay.
Give me 5 gold to eat it.
No.
I'm sure that could be interesting.
Does he say that? Does he say that out loud?
Maybe.
Smack him in the back of the head.
Make it 20 gold.
10.
15.
12.
14.
12.
14.
12.
16.
I smack
That's
him.
not how a negotiation works.
You never negotiated with Run either.
Stands. I'm smacking them back.
I just keep talking through the smacks.
Well, anyways,
Alright, so I say the western route going up into that bay is going to be our best bet.
I wonder why they call it the Wild Coast.
That's not a question I'm ready for yet. No. Alright. Once we get there, here's where we're gonna go a little tactical. Before I send out a full-on shore party, Dovit, how much damage can you sustain on your own?
Did.
Do what?
Did pretty good.
No, like he was able to take a lot of damage? Okay.
And do a lot. Knocked me out of my wolf form in 2 hits.
Alright, so once we get to the bay, Erdon, Dovit, I'm going to send you guys out first. I want you to do a scout for me. The furthest I want you to get is just to the Valley of the Lost Honor. Check out the jungle. Find us a safe pass through. Get to the valley. Don't go too far into the valley, but get to the valley and let me know what type of conditions you can see once you get there. And then come on back. That way, we're not walking through this jungle blind this time. At least the whole party.
Good.
If they get too far and run into trouble, how are they supposed to let us know?
The broom.
And dove it. Only one person can ride the broom at a time.
What class are you,
Broom,
Dovit?
then you know there's trouble.
Dovet's a barbarian. Dawn is a ranger.
What else do you got, Erdon?
Hunter's Mark and Snaring Strike and Hunter's Mark.
You also have, you can just always look at a squirrel and just be like, hey, go deliver this.
I can
Level 8, you should have a lot more than that.
I'm
Squirrel,
looking at got beast
squirrel,
stings,
squirrel.
summon beast.
Trick, Beast Sense, Summon Beast, Hunter's Mark, Speak with Animals, Zephyr Strike, Ensnaring Strike, and cantrips. Rangers don't really get a lot of spells.
What cantrips does he got?
Doesn't have cantrip.
Oh, he doesn't? Oh, hey, looky here. I have a ranger spell deck right here.
If there's no cantrip slots
Can't remember if there was or not.
for Rangers, so
While y'all discuss things, you see Run just kind of looking at his nails and got a little file just.
Run!
Yes.
This is the one and only time you're probably gonna like what I'm about to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make something that he can fire from his bow and arrow that goes boom?
And with those words, you see the wheels turning and churning, and you see the
Okay, let
you
me
see that
let me add another
mischievous,
caveat
the
on you.
Grinch smile roll across his face, ear to ear. Oh yes, I can
And-
definitely make something go boom.
And lo
Let
and
me-
behold, if you guys decide to sail your ship, you will actually have time to make things go boom and a space to do so.
That's
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna add another caveat here. I need it to be timed, and I need it to be a big boom to where we'll be able to see it back at shore from the ship. Essentially, like firing up a flare.
and alerting anything in the area to their presence.
Along with us without having to expend valuable spell slots that could help them keep them alive for us to
Actually-
get to them.
Actually, you know what? For about for a little bit of a pay, we could get sending stones.
True.
That way, if there is trouble, they can they have one, we have one, they can communicate with us.
And this is what happens when we put all of our minds together.
But having a couple of arrows that can do something like that.
I understand you're excited now,
Hmm.
but when it comes to that, I'm looking for something not necessarily for combat, but for survival.
When you got to hit and run, you got to hit and run.
Only reason I'm saying is because with him being ranged, no offense to your accuracy or anything, Erdon, but an explosive arrow like that will send stuff flying and can hit somebody else, aka one of us.
But so we will put on to our new shopping list sending stones.
Now, with that being said, Erdon, Dovit, when you're on this scouting mission, your rules of engagement are do not engage unless they start attacking on you. If you have the chance
Warren,
to
you
get
may
away,
not like it, but I actually have a spell that I could cast without Run having to make anything if I were to go with.
I'm trying to keep this as a two-person mission, though, because it's easier for two people to get away than it is for three, and I don't want to send someone out alone.
And gone.
I'm surprised he doesn't want to send Run out alone.
Oh, that never turns out well. Noticed.
There's a reason why I want you on the ship. Because what's going to happen is if something happens, like, hey, they don't get too far in there, and we see them turn tail and running back to the ship, your ass is getting on that ballista, so I need you to get that thing up and running also.
Thus, the wheels are turning.
Why the fuck would I be on the ballista?
Not you. Let's
No,
talk about
Run.
Okay.
The
you.
mayhem
I want,
master.
if that happens, me and you are going to have healing spells at the ready for them. Along with once we get them healed, me and you are also going to be the heavy artillery with the spells.
And I could always.
Basically doing the same thing that you did last time that you tried to do with Run, where we're gonna go in. But
There's a difference. Here, they actually have, like, they're not going to be approaching people or anything. With us, that was like a suicide mission almost.
Well,
even know what
Because
they're
we
walking
didn't know it.
the thing with
Again,
Run.
hence the rules of engagement. If you see people, don't talk to them, don't engage, don't alert them to your presence.
aye, aye, Captain.
Rather than when me and Ron were going, we were straight going up to say, hey, dude, what are you doing here?
Actually, I think they're talking about when we encountered the.
Yeah, the demigod?
No, the the grungs that was eating the those cute little
Yes.
nature spirits. Grizz?
Swingus.
The Chewingas?
Yes. That's what she's referring to, is when Run kind of, well, he saw bullies and he was going to take care of bullies.
Yeah. Watching those Chewingas getting eaten by frogs.
I think she's more referring to when we went up against that demigod, because I was trying to tell the other ones, hey, stay back. Me and Ron are going to go figure out what the hell's going on.
Exactly.
Alright, well that was a different part when you two went
Okay.
over and you saw the guy that was just casually strolling through the jungle, but we're noticing that there was massive storm clouds well up above that had some weird shapes going through them.
And then we also found out that guy could absolutely destroy us just by sneezing.
You figured it out and it's like, yeah, probably leave that guy alone.
But
Yeah.
personally, I feel like I would be the better choice to go with Ardon because one, I could always cast the spell instead of doing the flare and doing Skywrite, which will let you
Well,
know,
but
like, hey,
at
shit's
this
gone
point,
wrong.
we're going after the spells, those stones rather than a flare.
Yeah,
Because then they
sending
can
stones,
stay
you don't need to use a spell slot.
right, and they will
also,
be
if
able to
we
stay
get
more convert.
if we use the spell, then we don't have to spend a whole bunch of money.
I would have to agree with Jasper on this one. No offense to Dovit.
And
Or
second
you-
excuse of why I should go is if we need to get out of trouble fast, I turn into a giant bird, I fly his ass out. Back to the ship.
And no offense to Dovit, as I'm sure he would be a great companion and would be very well equipped to protect me. A big fella. And I'm trying to be sneaky and get through here and do a scout mission. I don't.
And that leads to another point. I also have Pass Without a Trace, which does not require a spell slot. That would help us get through the forest easier. You send who you want, Captain. I'm just
Well,
My
it-
rebuttal to that is with him as an elf and a ranger, he's got the stealth taken care of. Yes, he's going to have the big guy with him, but that big guy is there for when shit goes south and they get overran. Because even if you get overran, necessarily wild shape isn't going to be able to get you out of it. Granted, not everything he's got will be able to get him out of it, but he should have enough to be able to survive long enough to get the hell out of there. The overall plan behind this is they don't get caught at all. I just want to know what is out there. We're automatically thinking the worst is going to happen. And we need to try not to think of that part.
in for the worst, hope for the best.
Generally, that is a rule of thumb. For a scouting mission, you want to try to think of not necessarily prepare for the worst, but think of how to avoid getting into the situation. And then you prepare for what happens once you get into that situation.
Like I said, send who you want, Captain. I've made my case. I'm just first mate.
All right. Anything else you guys wish to discuss for tonight?
Don't think so, no.
Okay. So, anything you guys wish to get done between now and our next session, such as any other shopping you need to do, anything that's going to prevent you from actually, sailing off the out of sessions roleplay and any messages to me should suffice, because we've already done two episodes in a row with shopping, and then this one was just all sorts of discussion with the crew. So I figure the next session we're together, we'll be focusing on travel and actually getting out of Port Nazire.
Yeah, between this session and next, I think it's more of just getting stock for the ship. And
Yeah, so just make sure to put all those anything you need like that in out of character posts, so we can start off next session with just you guys launching away from the port and making your way around the island.
and
How
of
does
course,
how does that sound to the rest of you?
Yep. And Run will pay for the sending stones out of his own pocket,
All right.
depending on how much it is, though.
All right.
Because I think they're uncommon.
Yeah, and that's usually around 500 golds.
Yeah,
Just to make
and
it
Run
easy.
would have. Yeah, Run would have that much.
And that's for an actual pair, so technically that's two of them, but they're matched pair, so it's like, they're basically walkie-talkies that can only reach one signal.
Yeah.
But yeah. So keep that in mind, and it's like, make sure to message me if there's anything you need, like, price-wise or anything else, you need to ask questions, anything like that. And the next session will be actually in 2 weeks because, Run can't make it next week, and I will be playing a different game for that night. Which of course,
y'all should always check in.
Yeah, you guys can all come and watch. Anybody is allowed to watch on Table 0. So, I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
All
Bye.
right.